everybody, it's your boy Mike Waltrey. Welcome to FiguresMOAT. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Uncanny X-Men Outback Storm retro card. So this is a Target exclusive. I don't know if this is a re-release. I've seen other figures online that look like this. I just started collecting Marvel Legends, so I'm not too sure. But you know, this was a pre-order at Target along with Mystique, which I still haven't got Mystique yet. On the hunt for her. This was actually in store because, you know, when you try to pre-order stuff from Target, it doesn't really go the way you want it to go. But here's the card art, and she looks really good. The artwork does. It's lightning blast, and here she is in her plastic prison and whatnot. On the back of the card, you can see her posed up right there, and on the back it says, "From their new headquarters in the Australian Outback, Storm leads the X-Men using her mutant weather-controlling abilities to combat foes, opposed to Professor Xavier's dream of mutants coexisting with humans." Now, I didn't realize that I already started collecting these. Apparently that Savage Land Charles Xavier came from that. I still need to get a Weapon X, and I need to get Mystique. But we're going to open her up and take a look. And here she is, out of the box, fresh as a daisy. Now, you look at her, she looks strong. Her face portrait, it's really good. You guys can get a close-up on her face and everything of that nature. The hair is, apparently it's an old sculpt. I don't know, it's only going from what I've seen, but the ears on her earrings look really good. This outfit, I love this blackish, like gray color. You know, in some of the comic books, especially like the Jim Lee ones, you can't tell if it's like black or silver. I know in the cartoons it was like white, but you know, sometimes the light reflects and whatever else. The shoulder pads, I think those are new. Question mark, don't quote me on that. And it looks really good. I love the storm symbol like on her chest and whatnot, and it matches up with the trim that is on her cape, which this time the cape is not locked into her arms. It's flowy, it's cloth, so I don't know how some people will be excited about that and whatnot. As we scroll down, just taking a look at her uniformly and everything else, the paint's really nice. I do have her standing on base because my table is squishy. And we're gonna pick her up a little bit and let's mess around with her. So we'll pull that out a little bit. So again, looking at her portrait and whatnot, we can turn her to the side and you guys can see the details on her ears, and her face looks really good. She's got really good cheekbones and stuff right there. Yeah, I know we're talking about cheekbones, but gosh darn it, listen, Aurora Monroe deserves the best, right? Her arms, they do a 360 and whatever else. The cloth, again, it's really cool because you could probably, you know, take the cloth and maybe do some stuff like she's like covered up like that, like she's like like a female Dracula or something. I don't know. I think that's really fun. Personally, that's just a me thing. But she does get good rotation on her. And then as far as her movement goes, she can look down that far and she can look up that far and whatever else. Rotation on her arms, that's a bicep cut. You know, so you do get rotation there. Again, you do get a full 360 and whatnot. Here we should probably back you up just a little bit. Not in, let's go out a little bit. There we go. I'm always afraid to mess with the female figures, only because I feel like I'm going to snap them because, you know, big hands and whatnot. She doesn't really have it. She can bend over that much with her abs. She can go back that far, but if you go back, you can see like up in there. It is on a rocker, so there's that. Everything else, she can get her side to side on. Yeah, baby. She has a thigh cut, so there's that thigh cut, and then she can get a full 90 degrees. There's no drop down hips on her. Pinless arms, I think I said that. I don't know if I didn't, sorry about that. But double jointed pinless elbows, you know, to match she does. She has double jointed pinless knees, and look at that. Like, you can get some really dope poses out of that if you're good at posing. I'm not, so we're not going to pretend like I am. And then you've got her ankle rocker. Ankle rocker goes, wow, look at that. You can give her IRL ankle twist like that. Her cape, again, it's cloth and whatever else. You could probably rig it up and put some rings around it and maybe attach it, but that wouldn't be accurate. And it's, I think, okay, one thing I don't like about this is if we look at the back of it, it looks like it's taped on, like it's glued on. You know what I mean? Like, so shortcuts were had, but you know, whatever. And then as we look at her back is seamless. That looks like dust from the cloth. And then, you know, Storm booty with the nice little, the cut separating the pants, whatever else. So really good detail on that. No, don't be pervs in the chat. Okay, don't be pervs in the comments. And all the way down. So that's Storm. That is Storm. Let's take a look at some accessories, shall we? As far as accessory goes, with this figure, they're pretty light. We get a pair of closed fist, you know, which that's cool, I guess. And then we get a pair of hands exuding lightning, which I like the detail on this. I like the way that it's integrated. If you look at it, you can see it's wrapped around all the digits and it's coming out into a crescendo to the blue right there. And you do get two of those. So that's really cool. Let's plug it in on her and we shall see what it looks like. And there she is with the closed fist. For those of y'all who don't know, she was married to T'Challa in the comic book. So for her to hit the Wakanda forever, I'm sorry, I had to. But that's a good look for the closed fist. And there she is, being a bad chick, powerful, exuding electricity and lightning and everything else, ready to give anybody these electrified hands. Also, shout out to her in Marvel Tokon. I hope they bring this look. This Outback look is actually really cool. But yeah, we're gonna give you my final thoughts. Overall, I think that this Storm it's great for the price point. You know, it's really cool. I needed a Storm for my X-Men, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, the figures, accessory, they're kind of light, but the flowing cape, you know, if you even, like, you can find a way to like blow and stuff and, you know, get her some effects and everything else. I think it's really cool. The detail that they've actually put in, mixing like the gray and the black, I think is a really good touch. Her head sculpt, I wish they put in another head sculpt, you know, but I guess her hair is really big, so you can't really put in double. I guess not. I don't know. But overall, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, we're gonna start doing ratings now. Give her 8.5 out of 10. This is the Outback Storm from the Uncanny X-Men retro card. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Mike Waltrades. This is FiguresMOAT. Like, share the video, subscribe as we make our way to 500, and catch you on the next one. Deuces.